So, Julie, you recently told me that you've been inspired by the Celebrating Families book to do an activity with your family. Can you tell me a bit about that, please?
Sure. The book inspired me to ask my family to spend a bit of time together on a Sunday afternoon. I gave them 2 weeks warning just because I have 2 teenagers and a 9-year-old daughter, and the boys need a bit of time to prepare. So I asked them if we could spend an hour and a half together on a Sunday afternoon to get to know each other a little bit better and have some fun. So everyone agreed, and when that afternoon came, I had put some large paper on a table as well as colorful markers. And what we did is I asked everyone to take a sheet of paper, write their name at the center and decorate it however they wanted to do that. And I did the same as my husband did the same as well. And once we had all decorated our papers, I asked them to share them with each other so that we could write things that we liked and admired about each other on the sheets of paper. It was absolutely fabulous.
Great. I'd like to hear more about what was on the paper. What did people write about?
It was really interesting because I didn't know what to expect, especially because, you know, children are children and sometimes they get along fabulously and sometimes they just, you know, bicker and have a hard time getting along. So I was kind of concerned a bit, but you know what? It was fabulous. My oldest son, who's 16, could find interesting things to write down on his little sister's paper, even though she can, you know, get to him once in a while. But he, you know, wrote things down like she was funny. I think it was her, or maybe it was my other son, who wrote down on my eldest, Corey's paper, saying that he was a guitar hero. And it was just really interesting to see the dynamics between the children, because they would want to see, okay, who's writing what on my paper and what are they writing? And then there's a lot of laughter and fun, and you could see, you know, people were proud to see what was on their papers. I think, though, the thing that was more interesting for me, or surprising, I guess, for me, is having to write. And I say having to write because I wasn't sure what to write on my husband's paper. Not because I don't love him or admire him, but we've been married for 20 years. And after 20 years, I think we don't take the time to spend time alone together and write or tell each other what we like about each other. And we take each other for granted, I think. And this was an opportunity to really stop and think and say, yeah, I like a lot of things about him. I love a lot of things about him, but what do I want to share? Which are the top priorities that I want him to know? And he's really going to appreciate that. It's not just going to be, oh, yeah, that's what a wife is supposed to say about her husband. So that was really a nice surprise for me. The other thing, too, was when he was writing on mine. I had no idea what he'd write on my paper. And just, you know, wanted to see what he would write. And it was just so strong of, I don't know how to describe that. A different level of respect for each other, I think, came out of that. And the same thing kind of happened with the children as well. Just, you know, children get fed up with their moms and dads once in a while because we set the rules and we, you know, tell them what they should be doing. And then all of a sudden they were saying nice things about mom, not just, oh, mom. They were writing, you know, you're a great cook, you're smart, you make things fun around here, and that was nice to hear. So just a lot of learning all the way around.
Fantastic. So the children really enjoyed the activity, did they?
They did, and you know, we did this a little while ago, and lately I was asking them about it because I wasn't sure. You know, we did that and we enjoyed the activity that day, but we haven't talked about it for a while. So I was asking them about it, and it was really neat to hear that, you know, at 16 years old, my son said, yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed doing that. Because at 16, you don't usually like coloring and doing that kind of stuff. But Joey, my 14-year-old, also said, you know what? It was a neat way to get to know my family members. Fantastic. Which was really neat. And then Michelle, the 9-year-old, asked if we could do something similar again for Christmas.
Brilliant.
And I thought that was, yeah, brilliant. And I think we're going to try to include grandparents maybe this time and do, you know, maybe a Christmas afternoon kind of activity or something that we can do.
Fantastic.
I just want to come up with a different, maybe different way of doing it, and that Celebrating Families book I need to go back to because there were all kinds of neat things in there.
Great examples, yeah. Thanks, Julie.
Thank you.